Hey guys, so today's video I'm going to be going through Reddit's unpopular opinions. I'm currently sick at the moment, sorry if I seem a little bit flat, that's what's going on. But I wanted to do a video where I went through Reddit's unpopular opinions because I was on Reddit one day, like I am, I guess. And I actually came across the subreddit unpopular opinions. And the one that popped up for me kind of caught my attention, and then I was like, oh, that's something I could do, is go through the subreddit, because I know that there's a whole thing right now where people go through the subreddit Am I an Asshole, and they react to the stories, and there's a whole thing right now where people go through different Reddits and they basically react to the stories that people post and different situations people are in. And I thought I would do that, but with unpopular opinions. Yeah. Some of the unpopular opinions that are in this, I am not going to be able to give my opinion on, and I'll be skipping over because there are opinions in here that I don't relate to, such as, hope this is a safe space to say I hated Breaking Bad. I've never watched Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is just not a show I ever see myself watching because I don't have an interest in drugs. Like, I know what it's about, I already know what happens, like, spoilers everywhere. I'm gonna go through the subreddit and react to the ones that I can react to and give my opinion. Alright, episode 1, The Phantom Menace is the best Star Wars film. I don't know, I guess, yeah, if you like it. I don't know, I feel like the thing is with me, and this video is might not be the best video for me to do, is because for me I feel like I know that everyone has their own opinions and stuff, so everyone sees things differently. I'm not like crazy. I love Star Wars, by the way. I have a Star Wars poster behind my door. I don't know if you guys know that. I have a Star Wars poster behind my door because when I close my door, it's just blank wall, and I've always been like, I need to have something there. And one day I was like, I have a Star Wars poster, so I put it behind my door, and it's just lived there ever since.
I've never watched the other Reddit videos of people reacting to Reddit stories. By the way, this is, is that obvious? Probably.
90% of people are attractive, or at least good enough, and people are eager to tear others down. I can admit this might be a case of the critical people always being the loudest ones, but there is a large group out there whose standards when it comes to look seem to be absurdly high. I agree with that. There are a lot of people who are like very high maintenance with their like skincare and beauty and stuff, and that's okay. If you want to, you want to. For me, I don't want to because I have like a skin condition and I have a lot of allergies, so I don't really want to be putting a lot on my face. And I also just don't feel like it's really necessary to be putting heaps of stuff on your face. Like, you would need to be following a 472-step hygienic process like Patrick Bateman to even be considered a 4 in these people's eyes. From my perspective, I can find good physical qualities in pretty much anyone, and a completely lost cause is very, very rare, maybe even impossible due to how vast people's preferences are. You can see this reflected in media today as movie studios mostly hire actors with Instagram faces, when it is the past looks definitely mattered, but it was kept at a more reasonable standard. I have an opinion on something about this. I have felt like this for a long time, but just because someone is good looking or attractive doesn't mean they're a good person. Sorry, that's my hot take. Alright, handwritten notes is better than typed notes. I agree with that. I love handwriting stuff. Like one time I was writing down some notes in my study and I was writing it by hand, and someone was like, you know, you can just type this up, right? And I was like, but I prefer writing it by hand because that feels more like authentic. Leaving a party or dinner early is completely fine, and everyone who guilt trips you for it is a rude one. I guess it depends on how you're leaving, I guess. I'm gonna read what they say. I've just started I've started just leaving things when I'm ready to leave. Dinner hits 9 p.m, I'm done. I say goodbye and go. Every single time someone makes a face or does that, oh, you're leaving thing, I just flipped a table. Here's the actual take. Adults have schedules, sleep matters, and nobody is obligated to stay somewhere until the host decides the night is over. Announcing you're leaving and thanking the host is perfectly respectful. The social pressure to linger for another 45 minutes of nothing is what's rude, not the exit. The guilt tripper always frames it as you being antisocial, but staying somewhere past the point you've enjoyed it just to avoid the reaction is just performance. I actually kind of agree. I think it depends, like, if you're at a thing, I mean, to be fair, I'm very antisocial and introverted, but I feel like if you're at a dinner, sometimes I've had it where it gets to the end and I'm like, okay, can I go now? Because I'm like, I'm ready to go. But I mean, if you are respectful in how you go and you're not being, like, rude, then it's probably fine. But also, I guess letting the host know that you want to leave early, I guess it depends. Like, maybe you don't always know. I don't know. I don't go to a lot of dinners, so I can't tell. But so I just kick the tripod. I just read one of these. The happy birthday song is a collective hostage situation and nobody is having fun. I agree. Alright, being available all the time has made people worse at making plans. Guess what? I agree. This one I actually agree on pretty heavily. I have had it where I'm a pretty easygoing person. Like, I'm very easygoing and I'm just very chill and I'm like, you know, let's just make plans when you want. But I am someone who has had it where people just kind of waste my time, and I am someone who's like, okay, if I'm not doing plans with someone, then I use that time for something else. Like, I do have other things I want to do. But the thing is, I've had people think that because I'm available whenever they want, I have no plans, I have no life, I am a doormat to you. No, I'm just trying to be easygoing, and the thing is, I hate it. I hate it so much because I have had some people just waste my time, and I'm not here for it. I have things I want to do, I have hobbies I want to do, I have family time that I want to spend, and I always try to make time for people, I always try to make plans with people. But yeah, also people making plans, a lot of the time it's usually me having to make plans with other people, and I kind of don't always want to do that. So if it's not a 50-50 thing, I just kind of let that person go because I'm like, you're wasting my time. Breakfast isn't dictated by a time of day. And this is what I've been saying, honestly. No, I am someone who loves to have a second breakfast. I'm a little hobbit, apparently. But something that I really like doing after lunch, around like 4 p.m, because I am someone that will have my lunch at like 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock. And then around 4 o'clock, I will get hungry again, and I need to have something to tie me over between lunch and dinner. And I usually end up having a like second breakfast because I always want to have an afternoon coffee. So I like to have a second breakfast with that coffee because I feel like that's very fitting to have coffee with the breakfast. So I like to have a second breakfast in the afternoon, but also the amount of times I had cereal as dessert is probably a bit too much, honestly. It's a bit too much, but I love having cereal at like times when it's not needed, like I don't know if the camera's picking that up. It just keeps going. Happy Sunday. Alright, flies are worse than cockroaches. What? I don't know about that. Flies are bad. But cockroaches are also bad. Like, I feel like cockroaches breed quicker than flies. I don't know. Maybe they don't. I'll put the video here. I'm sorry if this video was a bit, like, flat. I don't feel great. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go and wrap up the video here. I was gonna say I'm gonna go to bed. I'm very tired. I'm gonna wrap up the video here. I hope you guys liked it. Hopefully it's, I don't know, I feel like I just agreed with all the unpopular opinions, but hopefully you guys like it. If you did, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time with another one. Bye.